So just to show you from a very high level how ADP can impact your organization from top to bottom, I'm going to draw up a quick P&L here and kind of go line by line and show you the impact. So give your revenue minus your cost of goods sold gives you your gross margin minus OPEX gives you your EBIT minus taxes gives you your profit. Now, where do you think ADP lives here on the P&L? OPEX, you said? Now, from an accounting perspective, ADP definitely is an operating expense, but ADP also has the ability to increase your revenue, lower your cost of goods sold, which increases your gross margin. And in some cases, we can lower your OPEX, as well as your taxes. And this all increase profit. Now, what do you think is the most common thing with all these line items? It's people. And you guys said you're at like 100, 120 employees. And when we were chatting earlier, you said that your top 3 goals were to increase revenue, hire 10 people, and develop a culture. And it was Bob from HR, right? Bob is responsible for these goals. Now, what we typically see is that while Bob is in charge of those top 3 goals, he's constantly dealing with noise from your employees. It'd be onboarding somebody, answering a question about a paycheck, maybe someone had a life-changing event. There's a number of things that your people ultimately go to Bob for, and Bob has to get back to them. And when we break these goals out versus this noise from these people, we see that 80% of Bob's time is typically spent here, and only 20% is focused on your top goals. Now, to help lower this 80% and increase that 20%, typically what most companies do is they invest in tech, which is a great idea. They'll get a payroll system, time card, expense system, which, like I said, is all great. The issue here, though, is that all of these are siloed. And when Bob typically tries to pull numbers from these, they don't communicate with each other. And while the goal of this was to help lower this 80%, it typically doesn't have that much of an impact when he's figuring out how to make sense of all this. So there's a few options that most companies can take to once again help lower that 80% and increase that 20%. So one option is to hire another Bob. The other option is to buy tech. Third option is to hire people and technology. And then the last one is to do people, tech, and benefits, a total source. There's your risk. Now, Most of our competition typically lives right here in the tech space. There's a one size fits all. And that comes back to this here. Now, the beauty about ADP is that ADP lives here. We have the ability to scale with your business. We can add people, tech, and benefits while lowering your risk. And you can add and remove these at any time, depending on the growth of your business or what your current goals and objectives are. Now, like I was saying, we're not a one size fits all, and in order to see where we can help you, and I do think we can help you by our conversation here today, I would like to do an analysis to see about all this noise, this 80% that Bob is dealing with, and how we can consolidate your tech, have it under all one system, a non-siloed system that is, and ultimately reach these 3 goals. So what I'd like to do is do the analysis, bring in a business consultant, and just kind of take a deep dive and get under the hood and see where ADP can help get you to those goals.